In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at one of Red Dead Redemption 2's classical blink and you'll miss it side stories that you'll only be able to do at a certain time. The time frame in question this time being the early chapters of the game. So sit back and enjoy this video on the Appleseed Timber Company, a logging camp located in the Big Valley region of the West Elizabeth territory. It's not too far east of Strawberry, so it shouldn't be too difficult to find. Now, arriving there in the late game or the epilogue will result in you being met by an abandoned logging camp, which of course is surrounded by tree stumps, meaning the most likely case as to why this place is abandoned is they expired the trees in the area and decided to move on elsewhere. Obviously that doesn't mean they took out all the trees in the area, because as you can see there are still plenty going on in the background, but that's probably not on the land that was owned by the Appleseed Timber Company. The remaining structures have fallen into a bit of disrepair, but that's kind of what happens when you leave it, and there appears to be some evidence of squatters, though I wouldn't say that in its current state this place would provide adequate shelter. I wouldn't say this place being abandoned is any mystery in particular, however that's just the state that we find it in after it's expired its uses to the Appleseed Timber Company. However, if you come here right at the very beginning of chapter 2, it feels like a different location entirely. Oh yeah, I started a new game just to make this video, you're welcome. So here we see this location just about getting started with them setting up their camp. They're building their main foreman's office, and I've only really started chipping at the trees that surround them. Among these hard-working gents, you can of course find and talk to the foreman, who will be by his incomplete office.
Hey there. Can I help you?
Just taking a look.
We're with the Appleseed Timber Company. Head foreman. We're still getting started on this site, but we should have some fine Big Valley lumber for sale very soon if you're interested.
I'll keep that in mind.
We should be further along by now, but what can you do? I mean, look at these dolts. There's not a brain between them. Listen, you got any supplies for sale? Food, medicine? Starting to run low. I can't spare anyone to go into town, not the way things are going. I'd be happy to pay premium for them.
At this point we can sell the man some health provisions.
Appreciate it. That should help keep us going.
And that's kind of it for the first interaction at this site. However, there is another related site, sort of, at least later on down the line, that is just a little bit eastways. It's a cabin called Caster's Ridge. If you arrive here late in the game, you will discover that it seems to be really freshly built. Don't mind me, mate, just knocked your wife out. Anyway, in chapter 2, this place is under construction by a father and his 2 sons. I swear in chapter 2 you get attacked by O'Driscolls every 5 seconds. Caster's Ridge is located just south of Valentine, so it should not be difficult to find at all. When you arrive for the first time, this is what you're met by.
Hello, mister.
We got a long way to go, huh? I asked my boys here if they would help their pa build a new house. Thought I'd teach them a few things, you know. Couldn't hammer a nail to save their lives. Ain't that right, Curtis?
Look out!
What in holy hell are you doing, boy? Get that back up again right now. I'm gonna be 100 years old by the time we get this done. No. Get away from it. Get away from it before you mess it up even worse than it is.
All the best.
So you find a father complaining about his sons building a house far too slowly while barking orders at them and not helping himself. Which is pretty funny, but it does appear as if they're struggling to get this house done. Now, if we leave them to it and come back later on after a couple of story missions are done, we will find them being attacked by the O'Driscolls.
Appreciate you stepping in there. Those bastards been turning the screw on me from day one, saying I gotta pay them protection money. I told them where to stick it, and well, I guess you just saw how that panned out.
You watch yourself, all right? Stay out of trouble.
What happened
I'll
to you
try.
two? Cowering like dogs.
You wouldn't give us no guns, Pa.
This is the worst idea I've ever had.
We're with you on that.
Now that's dealt with, let's go take a look see how the Appleseed Timber Company is doing. And yes, on the way between these two locations, I was once again attacked by the bloody O'Driscolls. That's a completely unrelated random encounter, but the density of these O'Driscoll robberies is crazy.
All right. We've done all we can for you. You come back for your money at the end of the week. I can't pay you in full for today, of course. The rest of you, stop gawking. Get back to work. Come on! And you there. Thanks for the help.
Thank you for your help, mister. I don't know what I'm gonna do now. That foreman's a real bastard, ain't he? Here, we should help you get back on your feet.
So in this encounter we see one of the workers getting crushed by a tree, so we are able to help out in freeing him and getting him out from under the tree, and from after hearing that his pay is going to be docked because of his injury, we can give him the money to make up the difference. Now if we wait a few more in-game days and return back to the cabin, we'll be met by this.
Oh, hey there.
How's it going?
Well, it ain't going at all. We're broke. We're about ready to call it quits, to be honest with you. Listen, I hate to ask, but is there any way that you could help us get the supplies that we need to finish?
Well, I ain't promising nothing, but I'll see what I can do.
There's a logging camp over in Big Valley, pretty much straight west of here, that might have lumber for sale.
Well, looks like you're almost finished.
Now we're broke. I swear, we'll never be rid of this place.
So we have the option to give them $100 here so they can go and buy the lumber for themselves, or we can head over to Appleseed Timber Company and buy the lumber for $75.
Back for some lumber, I assume? I got a wagon out front, already loaded up and ready to go. For you? Let's call it, $75? You won't beat that price anywhere.
All right, I'll take it.
Very good. The wagon's out front. See you next time.
Option 3 is you can just steal it from a wagon that's carrying it.
I can't thank you enough, friend.
You're paying me back, though.
Oh, of course, of course. Just as soon as we sell the house, you'll get your money back, and then some.
I'll be back later for what you owe me.
I'll have it just as soon as we manage to sell this place off.
After a while of waiting again, you can return to this house to collect the money that you're owed.
Well, hey there. What do you think? Turned out pretty nice, didn't it? Time for me to move on, though. Just sold it to a farmer moving up here from the south.
Good for you. So can I have my money now?
Of course, not a problem. We managed to drum some together. Here you are, as promised, and with interest.
So for your trouble you get a little bit of extra money, which is pretty cool. However, there is one last Appleseed Timber Company mission to be doing, as you can come here to be met by some of the workers complaining about wolves.
That's it! You three, back to work! We lost too much time on this already! Mr. Appleseed is very unhappy!
Mr. Appleseed ain't out here getting mauled by wolves. We lost 2 men already.
Ugh! Look, you good-for-nothing cowards!
Yeah.
Call yourselves lumbermen, you afraid of us few damn critters? It's a forest. What the hell do you expect? Oh! Yes, yes! Maybe you're the man I need. Can you believe these lazy lily livers?
Refusing to work on account of a few little wolves. They've been attacking workers on the south side of the camp. We need a real man to get rid of them. What do you say? He'll be very well rewarded.
All right. If you're paying, I should be able to take care of that for you.
In tracking the wolves, we are led to discover the corpses of 2 of the workers. So naturally what we need to do is kill them, and then return to the foreman for our reward.
Oh, there you are. I assumed from all the gunshots and howling, you got some good news for me?
Yep, it's done.
That's a relief, I'll tell you. Excellent work. Money's right there on the table.
Don't mention it. Me and wolves go way back.
Not long after your last encounter here, and you can come back to see the camp completely abandoned. And by the epilogue, the structures that were left behind are in complete disrepair. What's cool is that this game has these encounters, even though the developers going in knew that 99% of players probably would not even know about it or even trigger it. And it's cool that you can connect it to another fun little location, which is this Caster's Ridge house. But in the end of the day, it's just one of those fun little stories that inhabit the world of Red Dead Redemption 2 left for us as the player to find. But I see no reason to drag this video out any longer, so thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, share the channel with your friends and all that wonderful stuff. That would be super appreciated. And I will see you all very soon with another video at some point.